Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
What up? What up? What up?
What's the high value man of
You see it, huh? You see, it's a
Yeah.
gift. It's a gift. Somebody think I need to be a high value man. I am a high value man, some kind of way. I don't know.
That's a compliment.
Yes, I
from
appreciate
somebody.
it. Or it's a joke.
Oh,
Try to say I'm somebody's biggest fan. One or the other.
oh man.
One or the other. Don't matter.
It depends on who the gift came from.
I wore my shirt though. I wore my shirt. I
I can tell you
appreciate
what
it.
they meant by.
I appreciate it, brother. And I see what you got on. I don't know how you gonna do that, but
Yeah, baby.
I don't see how you gonna allow yourself.
Right here with these birds on y'all.
You should have had a dog shirt. The dog was
No,
go dogs.
Dogs speak for themselves.
Go dogs. Oh, so you have to speak up for
I gotta
them.
speak. I gotta speak up for
Okay.
the birds. Yeah.
You got it. Okay.
You know how they do. The dogs,
The dog's action spoke for
they
itself.
action.
Okay,
Yes.
I got you.
This is Wintersville over here in GA, baby.
Yeah.
The Braves.
Oh yeah, the Braves. Yeah.
Now the
Dogs
dogs. Next
and-
thing you know, it's gonna be the Hawks.
No, not the Hawks.
Then follow these birds.
Yeah, no,
These other
nah.
birds.
No, y'all got the soccer team, so that's the only three y'all got. Those birds ain't doing too well. Nah, the birds don't do nothing in Georgia.
That'd be all right.
Birds of prey are not preying on anything.
That's the wrong kind of prey. They're the
Yeah.
PRAY birds.
They need to pray before they pray. Get they pray.
Those kind of birds are prey. They attend church services.
Yeah. They might need to start that next season. Anyway,
What you got for the people tonight?
yeah. So, title is "A Man Admits When He's Wrong."
Man,
A man. You got you a man.
man.
Admits when he's wrong. Okay, so what happened was that I posted something last weekend and I went offline for a little while. I posted and shared it to, I want to say, yeah, I thought it was less than that, but it was about 15 groups or whatever. It was shared again and again and again a couple times. And
You want to share it with me?
yeah, I'm gonna share it with you. I should have put the picture up, but anyway, I could tell you because we did the thing with the women, all the women. We had my stepmother on, and my stepdad was on there too when he did the women that did bad. Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman and them. So
your stepdad.
Yeah. Oh, I got the picture. No, I got the picture. Now I'm gonna say my dad and my stepmom. I'm sorry. I actually do have the picture. I don't think I deleted it.
Confusing.
Hey, my bad. Yeah, I do have the picture. So okay, cool. So anyway, I put a post up and it had this picture. Now I'm gonna read first. I'm gonna read what I wrote about this.
Okay.
Said we live in a time where society and certain movements want to focus on uplifting the black woman and denigrate the black man. This is a short-sighted action because in doing so, you create the very future and outcome you say you despise. What you create is a society of weaker men that have to rely on women to survive. This path has been progressing in this way for the last 3 decades, and our mainstream media with black women is uplifted and black men is belittled and demonized. What you see in young men now is a product of these actions. Young men have become a shell of their former selves, becoming mentally and emotionally weak. They lack the drive men had in the previous generations because they, black men specifically, feel unappreciated in their youth. They don't feel the same bond and loyalty to their community as they once did. This is why our women, black women, feel so unprotected today. The protection black women used to have was from strong men in the community that came from raising and nurturing strong boys. from the understanding that men were useful in the community. So then I said, so my question is, how do you think we can fix this problem and turn it around for the future generations?
Okay.
So that was my actual comment, my actual little spiel about it.
Okay.
But I used a picture, and I don't have the exact picture because at the bottom of that picture, it had if I go from memory, it had something that said you can't uplift black women. I gotta find it. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the picture. This is the picture it had up, and there's a picture I showed. There's a picture I showed
I remember
when we
that
did the
picture.
witch column.
Right.
This the picture. Uh, Eldridge Cleaver and his wife. We were talking about his wife actually
Right in that segment.
in that segment,
Yeah.
which his wife I can't remember, Kathleen. That's the name, Kathleen Cleaver. That's his wife's name. So we was talking about Kathleen Cleaver, and we showed this picture, exactly the same picture. Um, Real quick, let me find. I'm gonna find what it says at the bottom because that mattered too. Because that's really the reason I used it. It was an actual meme. I didn't put it together. It was something I saw
Right.
that I had shared before the year before, and it popped up, which made me write all that. So I have to let me find out where it is. But while I'm finding, I'm gonna tell you exactly what was said. Um, Somebody, well, a couple of women like got on me about using this picture,
Hmm.
and like I said, it was a meme. I decided to use it because of the words at the bottom.
Right.
But what I didn't know, I didn't, prior to him becoming the Black Panther, I didn't know that he was accused and convicted of raping women,
Oh, really?
raping black and white women, and
Multiple women?
yeah, multiple women. So and I can't find this because I'm looking for it, I can't find. But yeah, that's what he. Oh, I know I can't find it. I got it. Yeah, he was accused of raping women.
Okay.
So, and he admitted to it. So the reason why we know that he did it because, and it was brought to my attention by the women. I invited the young lady that had this whole thing for me, and we had some kind of interactions on the Blackmail page.
Okay.
I invited. I don't think she saw it or whatever. She didn't respond, but she was saying his book Soul on Ice. That's what it is. Soul on Ice book. That he said that he raped black women and practiced to rape white women or some mess like that.
Practice.
Yeah, the practice. Yeah. So it was something. It was something uh, that he was telling. Basically, he was admitting to his wrongdoing,
Hmm.
and he was in jail when he wrote this book.
Oh, man. How much time did he do in jail?
I think he did 3 years before he got parole.
Really? For rape?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably more. I have to.
And it was
That's
it was
something
it
I
was
have to
something.
read.
I don't know what is going on with it, but it was also an attempted murder along with that. So it was I don't know what was going on, which made it kind of seem funny to when I started looking this up because after I read her stuff, I researched it,
Hmm.
and it was the timelines. Everything was funny because he got out of jail and he joined the Black Panther Party.
Hmm.
So anyway, in the book, he spoke on the fact that he told what he could do, and he said if Malcolm X could change and other former Muslims could change and help the black community and everything else, excuse me, then he could do it too.
Right.
So this what he admitted to was the fact he admitted his wrongdoing, and at that point he made a conscious decision to right his wrongs. So the whole thing, the title is a man that was wrong. So I'm admit that maybe I was wrong for using that picture. I didn't know. I could claim ignorance, but still, it was presented to me. Took the picture down. Okay, y'all felt some type of way. I understand that. But at what point do we keep a person? He admitted his wrongdoings. He made amends for it. At what point do we
Have you
allow this
served?
man?
Have you served your penance?
Yeah,
At what
there you
point
go. Yeah,
have you? It's kind of like when men, and I say men, I mean women go to jail too. But when
mhm,
someone goes to jail, once you serve your sentence for that crime, then you in my opinion, you should be good to go. You know,
Mhm.
because that's the whole point of being in prison. That's to pay for your crime.
Mm.
And but but we know that can only be possible in the eyes of the law,
The law.
as
Mhm.
far as uh the eyes of an individual. They're
Mhm.
gonna uh they're gonna always think whatever about you. You know, I tell people all the time, there's two things you can never come back from: is rape
Mhm.
and molestation, child molestation. You
Mhm.
know, if somebody ever accuses you of rape or child
Mhm.
molestation, that's gonna stick with you forever. Certain
Forever.
people
Yeah.
are gonna
Mhm.
never let that go. They're
Mhm.
gonna, and you could be, it could be overwhelmingly proven that you were innocent of all these things, but that's all somebody has to do is just say it,
Mm.
and it's believed. You know, you have to you're guilty until proven innocent, and then after you're proven innocent, you're still guilty in many people's
Mhm.
eyes. You know, but I get what you're saying because you know I don't think you were promoting what he could.
Yeah.
You didn't even know, like you
Yeah.
said, you were just promoting the image of this man and this woman together.
Also, so I found it. So it said to uplift the black woman and not the black man, or vice versa, only causes more separation between the two.
Okay,
That's what I was using actually, and it had that picture.
had that
So
picture,
it had that
right?
picture also. So that's what I was. That's what I did,
But
and
that picture is more of a symbol and
yeah,
not so much of this is the guy you need to to
exactly.
follow.
And yeah, no, they took
But
they took it to somewhere and ran with it, and I think what usually happens also is that the message of uh, a man having a message
hmm that's
it was the problem because nobody addressed that that on it. They didn't address the message. They addressed the fact that this man's
that
picture was
picture
up there,
exactly, and
and
that's unfortunately that's kind of where we are now in this day and age with with social media. Now, is I don't know how many people saw that actual post that you put up, but
700 and 817
there
people,
you go. And then you had
so,
how many people to respond?
which is crazy. You know that it has to be something a
Well,
certain
I mean,
manner.
but that's just how it works. Out of all those people, you had what, three or four you said to respond to
Hmm.
it or something like that. So that's about
Yeah,
right.
about five to
So
respond.
it's pretty much like you're never going to please everybody.
Mm,
You know, this is a country of 300
mm,
plus million people. So no
mm.
matter what you put out there, somebody will find fault with it, even if it's a
Yeah,
percent of a percent. So it's a no win battle. You knew what you meant by it,
yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with going back and reiterating. This is the whole reason I did this.
yeah.
But you meant no malice by that, or you weren't uplifting a rapist.
So the lady I invited, her comment was this whole monologue paired with the image and quote of a man who was a convicted serial rapist and black and white woman says a lot about the person who posted it.
Wow, see, she done
So,
pass judgment on you.
but we're not gonna talk about the whole long, So this is where we're at. Another female said, I want total separation from black men. We are not letting you depend on us for anything just because you got weaker. In fact, seeing black men get weaker is entertaining. I love it.
But that's what you get when you get 300 million people in a country. You
Yeah.
get people who think like that.
Yeah.
That's I think that's a very small percentage of people, but it's
Mm.
people out there who
That's the vocal. It's very small, but
well,
they're more
normally
vocal.
the more vocal people are normally the more edge. They on the edge of
Yeah, on the
things.
edge. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that most people who are pretty even killed normally keep to themselves, or they're not. I hate using this word because I think it's overused, but they're not triggered by the
Mm-hmm.
by much.
By by
By,
everything,
by
every single
somebody
thing.
else's actions.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be that fringe
Mm-hmm.
that they look for the needle in the haystack.
Mm-hmm.
I from the way you explained it, I get the gist of it. You weren't trying to uplift
Mm-hmm.
for rapists.
No.
You were that image only it carried the text that you want to promote.
Yeah.
You're promoting the text, and it just happened to have that image. Somebody else thought it was okay to do it because they put it together. I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I got it from somewhere. Yeah,
Right.
like I said.
So, I mean, hey,
But like I said, if a man admits he's wrong, I mean that's what it started off from that. But create a bigger question. If a man admits he's wrong and he makes amends, he's trying to make amends for it. At what point do we allow him to, let's say, not forget, but to forgive his actions?
Exactly. I mean, if I guess I got to go back to what we just said, or what I just said about in some people's eyes, you could never rise above your shortcomings,
Mm-hmm.
because he went to jail for these crimes, and our society has deemed it, with however much time he did, our society said this is the amount of time you do for this crime. So once that's done, then in the eyes of the law, he's pure again. I don't know if you can ever get people's mind back, though. People gonna feel a certain way, and I think we need that. Well, not we, but I need to look into that some more, because that just sounds like a short period of time for the crimes that he's admitted
Well,
to.
it was supposed to be 2 to 14 years, and they allowed him to do 2 years. What I think
For
happened was
rape?
that, yeah, what I think happened is and like I said, I want to look. I'm gonna look deeper into the case itself, but yeah, I'm gonna look deep into the case, because that is very short time for rape.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
very short time. I want to look deep in the case, but the thing is,
You can shoplift. You can be a
yeah, exactly, exactly. You could steal something to eat and get 2 years, But but going back to him, that picture I put up, it was after he served his time.
Mhm.
He had joined the Black Panthers, which he was doing for his black community, uplifting his black community, women included,
Yeah.
feeding women and children. They had food banks and stuff like that before they had anything dealing with for black people. They didn't have that for black people. He did that. He protected them. They held on. They were up in arms. They had arms against the racist outsiders that tried to do harm to our community. He also was exiled. After the federal government deemed them to be enemies of the United States, exiled to Cuba, Africa, and France.
Really?
Him and his wife. Yeah, that's that picture you see there. They're actually in Cuba in this picture.
Okay.
They went to Cuba. So, and after that, 75, he came back to the United States, and he became like somebody. He went to church. He was in various religious groups, Unification Church and CARP, CARP. I don't know what that is. Before joining the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. So I mean, after that, I mean, the man, his actions before his death was all actions of being righteous. Just righteous actions. So at what point do us as black men, because this is a black man thing, I think, because we can see white men all day long get accused of something and pay his penance, and society will allow him to be just a man.
I don't know.
You don't think white men get no? I mean, if not now, if they do something else wrong, or they don't, now you have steps you have to go through.
I think I think it depends on the crime.
Okay,
Like I said, I don't think anybody can come back from rape. I mean, people will receive a murderer before they receive
yeah, I agree with that.
a
I agree with that.
rapist
Yeah.
or a child molester, even a child abuser. You don't even have to be a child molester. But
No, I think the child molester is the one that don't come back, because
no.
I've seen I mean, think about people like Weinstein and all them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're gonna go to jail. When you get out, people still mess with them. People
Oh
still,
yeah.
they could still go make money and do
Think
whatever.
about it. People were messing with him while all this was going on. They knew about what
Yeah, they
what
knew what he was doing. Yeah,
So
but I'm saying, like I said, I think this is a difference. If we don't, and we as black people forgive other races for doing stuff, we won't forgive our own. That's a whole nother
that's a real
aspect
thing.
of it.
That's a real thing. Just like you said, the lady said she was laughing about.
Yeah, men getting weaker. Yeah,
She thought it was comical.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But the thing is that what they don't understand. I mean, you might have a son, so I mean,
She probably. hopefully she doesn't have any
Yeah.
sons. I mean, anybody who thinks like that about somebody based on something that they have that's no different than people feeling a certain way about black people. If you
Mhm.
feel a certain way about a person because of their gender,
Yeah, because of gender.
simply they had no choice in it.
Mhm.
That's how they came.
Mhm.
You know, what does that say about you? That's why I said you can't really. I
But
understand you addressing it.
we have to understand that's out there though, because
Oh yeah,
that's really the key, understanding that
and
we have
and
that out there.
and normally those are the most vocal.
Mhm.
You know, and that's 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 how we get these ideas that the world is coming to an end, because you
Mhm.
get the fringe,
Mhm.
you get the, I don't want to call them lunatics, but you get the fringe, and they talk the loudest, and they get, what is it, the squeaky wheel gets the
Just the boil
oil.
oil. Mhm.
They get the attention.
Mhm.
They get people talking about them. So yeah, it's definitely out there. It's amazing that people feel like that. Man, that's
And to that young lady, I would say that it behooves us as a society, right, to allow people to pay for their penance and go forth
right.
and be not really, well, yeah, I'm gonna say it, clean slate, to do what they have to do to take care of themselves. Because the thing is, depending on the crime, let's say he was robbing people and killed somebody, you want that person to be in society to be able to take care of himself, so he won't be back there doing it again.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, you don't want to hold things over people's head because they tend to fall back into life.
Yeah. Well, eh, see, this, I'm gonna piggyback off of the religious thing we
Mhm.
talked about. This is the problem with religion. We have started putting like weight on sin.
On sense. Hmm.
You know, oh well, that sin is much worse
Hmm.
than this sin,
Hmm.
and that's how people look at, any kind of, because everybody is flawed.
Yep.
We've all done, I guess you could say, wrong in the eyes of the human race. You
Yep.
know, however you want to look at it,
Mhm.
whether it be lying, cheating, stealing, whatever the case may be. Everybody has fallen short. You might not fall short in all categories, but everybody, because we're human beings, and we have the ability to, I don't think bears are out there, lying and cheating and
Yeah,
stuff.
like and
They
cheating.
right, but as human beings, we got the ability to say, you know what, even though I know this is the right thing to do, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do something different.
I'm about to scam this other bear out
Right.
this
I'm
damn
scamming this
out
bear
of
out of
damn
his
honey, out
berries,
of this honey and berries and
Yeah.
stuff.
But yeah, man, we all fall short,
Mhm.
but somehow we have decided that, oh well, mine wasn't that bad, you
Mhm.
know. And
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and I and I
yeah,
get it,
yeah.
but at the same time, you still not perfect.
Mhm.
I guess that's really what it comes down to. You're not perfect. We everybody makes mistakes, or I'm not even gonna call it mistake. I hate when
Oh,
people say that.
no, everybody make mistakes and everybody do wrong things.
Everybody do
Yeah.
wrong things.
Mhm.
I don't want to use mistakes
Mhm.
because I hear so many people say I made a mistake.
Mhm.
No, I don't consider certain things a mistake. You go out to try to rob somebody,
Mhm.
you kill them. It wasn't a mistake. You knew that you wanted to
Yeah.
go out and rob somebody. You probably didn't intend to
To
kill
kill
them.
them.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know. But you made a conscious effort to do whatever what you were doing.
To
So
go
it's
down the
not a
path.
mistake.
Mhm.
You probably regret what you did.
Mhm.
But and that's why I said I don't want to say mistake. But you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Everybody, everybody falls short, man. So we just, if as society, since we're so civilized and we know so much, we're so humane.
Mhm.
If we deem this crime, or we give our government the ability to say this crime is punishable by this amount
Mhm.
of time or whatever, and at the end of that time, then we kind of gotta say, okay,
So okay, he did what he had to do.
yeah,
Now what does and I think, like, I mean, he could have just, or any, well, he can use him, because I mean, I'm not an advocate of Eldridge Cleaver.
right,
I'm not an advocate of him. I'm just saying anybody that served a crime, right? Anybody that served a crime, he could just say, let me go somewhere and let me just go somewhere and just be away from people and do whatever. And I guess you won't think about him, but the fact that you go put yourself and try to do something to better your community,
right.
where you see there's a problem,
Make amends,
to
yeah,
make amends for what you did. I think that I'm not saying you need to have accolades. He needs to have accolades. That person needs to have accolades, but you need to acknowledge that that
right,
person is doing something that actually majority of people that don't have that crime on them don't even do.
yeah,
So
yeah, right. acknowledge the fact that he's trying to be better.
Mhm.
And what he did, if he actually raped women, that's to me that's like one of the worst things you can do to
Yeah,
somebody. You know that
I agree.
because the person's still alive
Yep.
now, but they have to live with that trauma
Yeah, for the rest of their life.
for the rest of their lives. So they're still suffering, but if he's trying to do change that, you got to kind of give him that space to do it. In my opinion,
Mhm.
I'm sure people. Well, we know people
Yeah,
think
no,
differently
people
about
gonna think what they think, and that's one of the things that yeah, I mean, I can't tell a rape victim that she should forgive him or whatever. I mean, somebody's been through that traumatic. I mean, and if any ladies has been through that and saw that and got offended, I apologize. But um, like I said, we're a civilized society, right?
supposed to be.
We're supposed to be, yeah. We're a civilized society. We have laws in place, and we can't, without those laws, without following those laws, we would have anarchy.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we can't. I mean, you can personally condemn somebody for what they did for the rest of your life, but it's not going to make you a better person. It's not going to make this person
Right. And you
do anything better or worse.
and what happens when somebody know they can't come back
Mhm.
from a certain thing, then they have no
All
reason to
bets off.
change.
They have
Right.
no reason to change.
They
Exactly.
they
Good
have
point. Good
they
point.
just from that point on, I'm okay. Well,
Let me
that's
be
where
a
we are.
serial killer.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Mm.
So I mean, it's it's tough. But even like you said with the rape victim, you can't tell them they need to
Yep.
forgive them. But honestly, that's the only way you get past any trauma is to
Yes.
acknowledge it and
Mhm.
then to move forward. So and I'm not saying it's easy. It's
No.
the idea is simple, but it's probably not easy. I've never been through anything traumatic like that,
Mm.
so I can't really say what you experienced.
Mm.
Some people are able to move beyond it. Some people can't. Some
Yeah.
people it disables them for the rest of their lives.
Mm.
So, but it's we're human beings.
Mhm.
It's at the end of the day, we are fallible
Yeah.
creatures, and we all fall short. So
Yeah.
it's
And this day and age, it's like you see a lot of people deflecting what they did and not taking
right,
accountability of
right.
for whatever. So even the fact of him writing that book, taking accountability, because he's already serving time, he didn't have to write that book and do anything.
Mm-mm.
And I think without that little excerpt, because it was only a small part that he admitted to doing that, I think that book would have been what it was, and it would have been a good work because New York Times gave it one of the bestseller,
Really.
yeah, during that time. So I think would have been still good without that little part of him acknowledging what he did and his path back to redemption.
It takes a lot too to own up to that kind of.
Mm.
That's that's like one of the worst punishments is having to own up to something like that.
Because people look at you a certain way
Right, right.
from now on.
For now,
Mm,
how people going
mm,
people gonna feel some kind of way
mm,
because people are people.
mm.
That's what people do. So that's man. I guess I'm just thinking about some of those responses that you got
Yeah.
when they say, well, it says a lot about the person
Mhm.
who posted this. But I can see how she can make that assumption, but still, that's
No, and for her, I mean, if she ever watches this, uh, I I took it down. I said I could see to your point. I can understand that. Apologize, and she became a friend of the page after
cool.
that. She started following the page, so I don't think she has any ill will or anything.
Well,
And
that's
she might
good.
don't think. And there's a couple other women that
She
I
gave
reached
some
out.
leeway then.
Yeah, gave me
Yeah,
some leeway,
good,
and
good.
that's what I think needs to happen. I mean, I have to look at. I want to look that case up because, like I said, I'm very curious
Yeah, because
about that.
that is a short
Yeah,
period of time for
and I don't.
sexual assault.
He could have been underage when he did it. He could have been 18 or something, or
I mean,
I
at
don't
18,
know.
they throwing the
Yeah,
book at you
but this is 60s too. I don't know.
in the
It's different.
60s.
Yeah, it's 60s.
Ooh,
Talking
yeah,
about 66, 65 or something like that.
yeah, I can't
But
see 2 years. That's
yeah.
interesting.
So I want to see that case because it is crazy. But even at that, like I said, he fessed up to it. And I I can just think about, and no, I never raped nobody, but I can think about some of the wrong stuff I did, and if I was to be held over my head as long as I live,
Right,
or
man.
whatever, where could we go?
Just anybody.
Mhm.
How can I progress any further? If I done did some stuff that I'm not proud of,
Mhm.
but to have to be held to that, this is who you are because you did it at, regardless of the
At what
age.
age? Yeah, don't
You
matter.
know, that's heavy.
Mhm.
Nobody did. I mean, nobody gets to move forward
Mhm.
because we, man, it's some skeletons in some closets out here. When I tell
Oh
you,
yeah, oh
people
yeah,
done
oh
did some
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
man. Some
yeah.
some stuff.
And,
So
and nobody ever know they die with
right,
those skeletons.
right. Nobody knows. So you can, you can talk the talk.
Mhm.
I mean, think about how much stuff has come out here the last couple of years,
Yes.
and hey,
Sexual assault,
mhm.
domestic violence,
Yeah.
people, they had somebody just got they found a body down in what you call them, but in a car. I can't remember, it was a student or
Oh,
something.
yeah, have been dead for like
Yeah, 20 something
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, things are not getting it's not staying
Hey,
under, buried anymore. Like literally, like, crimes and stuff that people have done is just being out in the forefront.
yeah, man.
You know, like even the woman that got raped in Piedmont Park. Some of my friends was talking about that. I'm not raped. I'm sorry. That got stabbed in Piedmont Park. With the had a dog, the white woman.
Run it by me again. What happened?
She was out in Piedmont Park one morning walking a dog or something, and they thought it was a serial killer, stabbed, and they carved a word in her leg or something, fat or something. Her girlfriend.
I was scared to
Y-
say for somebody to do that,
Yeah,
they knew
it's
this
yeah, they knew
person.
the person, but it was a
I was
girlfriend.
scared to psychoanalyze
Yeah,
it.
it's a girlfriend.
Her girlfriend
Yeah,
did it.
so, and it's crazy. It's just like no, men don't commit, men don't commit all the crimes, and you would have thought that would have been a man doing that.
I probably would have said I put it on the man. I
Mhm,
thought, but the first thing came to my mind when you said, I was like, that's somebody she knows
mhm.
who would do something like that. But yeah, but like I said, her girlfriend. So maybe a woman who thought she was a man. So she, I don't know.
Masculine energy.
Yeah, all that masculine energy.
All that
I'm,
masculine
I'm
energy
finna do,
built up
I'm
in
finna
them.
do some man shit up in here.
But, we just have to
Oh man,
understand that, we are, like you said, we are human.
I'm human, man.
We're
We
gonna make mistakes, we're gonna do things that are wrong, and if we get enough time on this earth, we should be able to come back and, you know, uh not
we
redo,
should be
but at
able to
least,
grow and
yeah,
and and
grow
and,
and learn.
and move
Mhm,
beyond that.
mhm,
Uh, I my thought process is completely different from what it was
mhm,
just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I can only imagine 20 years ago I was a whole nother person.
mhm,
As far as how I move throughout the
mhm.
world. So you gotta give us time, but think, the society we live in today is we're just out of order. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Mhm.
We're so far off the course of where we should be going that we value the wrong things, and I'm saying that to say that we got to get back to the basics while we're here. Our whole purpose for being here,
Mhm.
and then things will be a little bit better. But
Mhm.
right now, we idolize people, we pedestalize people. And when you do that, that's when you start creating that separation. Okay,
Mhm.
well, this person is less than this person because this person can do this, and then you get the people who are even less than that because they have done this. They committed rape, they committed murder, they committed they armed robbery, whatever the case may be. So, and not to say you shouldn't be held accountable, but like you stated, at what point do you get to move beyond those infractions
Mhm.
in your life or whatever you want to call them? Those shortcomings.
Are you your worst, like forever? Are you your worst uh uh
Yeah, that's who.
transgressions your
Yeah,
whole life?
the rest of your
Are you
life.
that
Yeah,
your rest of your life? If we believe that, then guess what? Society is fucked.
that's what I'm saying. We
Society is
screwed.
fucked if we believe that, because everybody's done something.
Mhm.
Not to that. I'm not saying to that extreme, but everybody's done something.
But I'm not gonna say to that extreme, but we've all done something that probably would put us that would give us a little time.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I know. I have.
That,
I know. I
if
have.
the law got involved
Yeah.
in it, you you know, hey, yeah, yeah. we all have done something that'll put us behind bars
Mm.
according to the law of
Mhm.
the land.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, even if you was with somebody and they was doing something, you would have been going the same ride.
yeah,
The McMichaels, we see that in that case, you know,
what's that?
McMichaels, Ahmaud Arbery, the guys that
Is
killed
that their
him.
name? McMichaels,
McMichael is the last name, and the guy last name is Bryant.
the recorder.
The one that recorded was Bryant. Yeah. You know, he went along for the ride just to, he was
Man,
taking
I
video.
bet he felt
And he
like
got
an
life.
ass, man.
Life. Like I should have went my ass home.
Or just ignored it.
They ignored it. Yeah. But
He got life.
he got life.
Recording. Wow. Wow. I don't know if I can't even say I can agree with that. I mean, what he did was
It's to make a mess, send a message out.
I think
It's
it
a
is.
similar
I think
message out,
it, and that's unfortunate because the law should be, it shouldn't matter, the circumstances. I always say we don't need any more laws on the books. We have laws in place to cover every single crime out there. We don't need to add. But like you said, I think they were trying to send a message.
Yeah.
And I get it, but I mean, he probably like kicking himself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to wake up in his shoes.
No. That's
But even to your point about out of order, right? Let's talk about Rittenhouse, right?
Mhm.
He didn't get no time for killing people, but the person that damn gave him the gun, he the one that found guilty. So
Oh,
I don't know
really?
I don't know what he's gonna get. He was found guilty.
wow.
So
What charge? You know what charge it was?
something about a minor or something or whatever.
Enabling a minor or something. shit.
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah. So I mean, that's off topic, but it's still we out of order.
Oh yeah, we
You know.
we are way out of order, and I'm not gonna go into that on this show. But when I
Okay.
started talking about it, people look at me like I'm
With
from
the Rittenhouse?
No, just
Out of order.
being out of
Okay,
order.
Yeah.
Looking at me like I'm from the Stone Ages, and because I think very simplistically because I think we have overcomplicated life, and now we're getting the results of it. With I'm not gonna go there.
No, we can actually get into that because it depends on what dynamics you want to go into. But we get into that another show. I mean, like you said, the more complicated you get, you have
Well,
more avenues to go down.
we
You're
have
not gonna get anywhere.
the majority of the problems in the world today we have created them under the guise of we gonna make it better.
Mhm.
The more advanced we get in technology, the worse off we're getting.
We create a new problem.
We create new problems, and technology is great, but if you don't see where it's taking you, then you can this whole metaverse thing. It's if that doesn't disturb you
Mhm.
on a certain level,
Mhm.
it's a problem because we're losing our hope.
What makes us human?
What makes us human, right?
Mhm.
We're losing all humanity.
Mhm.
So it's so easy to see somebody. It was a case. I say a case. It was somebody put a video out where a lady was apparently getting raped on a train.
Yes, and it was video. There was video.
People were
Nobody tried to
recording
help.
and watching.
Think that was in upstate New
Yeah,
York or
I'm thinking
somewhere.
Philadelphia or something.
Oh, it's somewhere.
I can't remember where it was, but it's they don't even see that person as a person now.
Mhm.
It's a meme or it's a because we
It's
have
something to get attention, so
we
they can
have
get likes and everything, and
we have
it'll go
been
viral.
exposed to so many things that you would have never seen. Don't get me wrong. The stuff that goes on today, it's been going on since day one.
Yes.
It's just that we weren't exposed to it 24/7.
24,
Like this.
yeah.
It didn't become normal for us. It wasn't, oh well, I done seen plenty of people get their head blown off. It's how many videos they got out there on the internet of people getting shot, that's something that you just heard about. You never witnessed somebody getting shot for the most part. The average person had never seen a bullet go into somebody's body and blood pour out.
So I want to say, like you said, right? This happened before. I want to say this is like ancient Rome, right? When they had the Colosseums and stuff, right? We're that. They just want to see gore and carnage, and that's where we're at now with social media. At some points, all these fights and shootings and everything, or people get stabbed and stuff like that.
Even if you don't get to the graphic part, the fact that you think you need to post your entire life for the world to see, that's it's some
Vanity,
psychology that's,
vanity. Yeah.
something's off
Yeah.
mentally right there. Um, I mean, I see people just get on, and I don't look at it, but I guess I need to try to keep my family from looking at it because they're like, oh, look at this, and I'm like, so they're just, I mean, they would just get on their phone and just start talking about
Mm,
what happened today, and
mm.
I'm trying to figure out, is that important? I mean, is you think that means something to somebody else? But I guess
But
so.
they got followers. They have 1 million followers. So actually,
I
if
guess
people,
so. I guess.
it's we're creating a narcissistic society. That's what
Yeah.
we're creating,
Yeah.
and doing that, I think we're not going to be able to do what we need to do as far as get together and
Mm-mm.
partner
We're gonna
and
end the human race.
metaverse. The metaverse. Speaking of that, also being you said about the metaverse, so this goes with that, and also about um admitting what they're wrong, right?
Mhm.
There's a documentary about people that have left Facebook. It's women too on there, but people have left Facebook and other social media platforms that used to work for it. They actually created this stuff.
Mhm.
They had the hands in creating the all the platforms. It was like they start to see the writing on the wall of what
Oh
was
yeah.
going to happen, and they couldn't be a part of it no more. Like they were like, this is damaging our kids. This is damaging,
I
society.
could say damage to
Yeah.
society. And if you just and you want to believe, I had I always gave people average intelligence.
Hmm.
I'm going to give you that, not knowing you,
Yeah.
until you show me something different. But
Mm.
you can't even do that anymore because it's obvious now. There's a lot of people out there. I'm not gonna say they got less than average intelligence, but they are led by something other than,
No, well, no common sense is common sense is because
yeah.
not about
w-
intelligence. It's
w-
about
right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're being led by something other than a thought process. They're being led by the idea of, like you said, maybe what they call it, clout
Hmm.
or followers or whatever
Hmm.
the case may be. So that has overruled their thought
The
process.
natural, yeah, yeah.
Because I think most people still have, you know, they still have a basic level of understanding of how things work, but that need to be seen or having those followers is greater than that thought process. So they choose to follow the doggone, you know, the that that's it's a drug too.
What I think you're trying to explain, I think a lot of people that do that have lost their tether to reality.
Right.
We used to be grounded in reality coming up, in our generation when we were younger. We knew the consequences of stuff because we were taught that.
Yep.
Now, everything is okay. You're going to be able to win if you can do whatever you want to do. Yes, you can be able to win. Things will be all right. You get a trophy. You're special. It's just like, but the reality is gone.
It's got, but and that is a product of technology. We have
Mm.
civilized the world to the point that, think about the stuff that we really complain about now. It's really frivolous if you think about it. If it was a
Back in the
hundred,
day. Back
yeah,
in the, uh-huh.
you know, the stuff we complain about, that the things we call problems today are meaningless, but they're
Mm.
just a product of our time because that's just how civilized the world is now. That's just how, I'm gonna say, for the most part, safe the world is
Yeah,
now. That
it's real safe. Yeah.
you can be concerned with foolishness
Mm.
because you don't have any other concerns. Your survival is almost guaranteed.
Mm.
People think I'm crazy or cruel or insensitive, but my analogy always is, what happens to a deer that's born with three legs?
It dies.
E-
Yeah, it dies.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But because we have the ability to save people who may be born with defects or
Mm.
whatever like that, then you have and I'm not talking about, I'm not trying to bring down people who are born with
Mm.
defects, but I'm just showing you that's how
Yeah,
advanced
yeah,
we are now,
yeah.
that everybody makes it. You don't have to, you don't make it independent. I mean, you don't need to be independent to make it now, because society is just that advanced that we have things in place to keep people who are worst off, whether it be mentally, physically,
Mm.
keep them alive
Mm.
in this society, which is a good thing when that's your loved one. But that also translates to something else for the average person
For
who,
that, yeah.
you know
Mm.
it's it's heavy, man.
I agree with you. You know, we have created many of problems trying to get this light and state. And I got my son in the other room reading a time machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is with that is like, you know, they got to a point, he went further ahead in the future, to the point where the people were so they didn't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So in this in
You have to
on the
create your own
surface, it's
problem.
like, oh, this is great. This
It's
is beautiful.
utopia.
It's a utopia.
Mm-hmm.
Until night came and you got to see the things that's underground feeding on them, and you got to see the bad of it. So, you know, just because, you
Hold
know,
on. So in the book that
Yeah.
you had animals that was
no, it was humanoid type creatures, you know, that lived underground. They're the reason everything worked. They did the, you know, all the stuff, made sure everything was good,
wow.
but they came up and they fed on those other, you know, they were cannibals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just like, you know, in society, you know, everything, there's a good that we're gonna see in
Mhm.
social media, but there's that damn bad that's gonna be
It's a flip
twice
side
as
to that.
bad.
It's a flip side to every
Mhm.
for every action there is
Yeah,
a
there's a
reaction.
reaction. Mhm.
And you know, you got this good here, and then something I'll take something as simple as like cancer.
Mhm.
Uh some of the treatments they use for cancer is radiation.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm assuming it works because they still doing it, but I know for a fact that it does cause other issues. So
I've heard that the treatment is actually what kills you. Majority of the time, the majority of people that get it, the treatment is actually what kills them.
I
They
can't
could have lived more the longer if they didn't get the
I
treatment.
can't speak from a medical
Mhm.
background,
Mhm.
but I've seen many people pass away,
Mhm.
and and the treatment is just as harsh, or
Mhm.
appears to be just as harsh
Yeah.
as the disease.
Radiation poison is actually
So
what happens sometimes.
you know, I'm not going to show off my medical
Uh-oh.
degree,
Don't let us
but
know.
yeah,
I'm a
but
PhD.
right. I'm an MD, but yeah, but like I said, that's the advancement.
Mm.
That's where technology has gotten us. We have to, in a lack of a better, we have to create our own problems now, because that's
Mm.
just how safe the world is. I was reading something the other day, and it was talking about how poverty and hunger has been pretty much eradicated from the planet, not
Mhm.
just United States, but from the planet. It's very the percentage of people who are actually in poverty and hunger or starvation throughout the world is so small now, because you're dealing
No,
with
people
eight.
don't die from starvation no more,
No,
and that's
no.
what I think you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're dealing with a planet with 8 billion, so
Mhm.
even a small percentage of that is several millions of people.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not saying that they're obsolete. I'm just saying maybe 50, 100 years ago, it was completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I mean, that's how safe the
We don't
world
even
is.
see We Are the World commercials no more. I mean, you know, with the little kid with the big butt.
With the big
That's
stomachs,
it.
with the
That's insensitive.
flies.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
y'all. But we don't see them commercials no more. They used to
What you
come on with Sally Struthers and
what you
stuff.
see now? What you
Yeah.
just
Oh, you see Viagra. We see all the medical commercials.
Now who need help now? What? Let me see if you see what I see.
See, I don't watch TV like that.
I
I
don't.
stream everything, so I don't
Oh,
know.
see,
I don't.
I
I
don't
don't.
watch either.
Yeah,
But
I don't see commercials.
this is where we are now. We fixed so many of our problems. Now they got dogs and cats and stuff. Yeah. We worried about our pets
our
now.
pets. Yeah, you're
You
right.
know,
You're right. Yeah.
this dog
Mm.
went 6 days without
Mm.
food. You know,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
but that tells you how good it is that,
Mm.
like you said, we don't even see the
Yeah.
starving
We
kids
don't
no
see the
more.
starving
Now you
kids no
see
more.
starving pets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this
Abused pets.
Look at this goldfish.
Yeah.
He ain't ate in 3 weeks. You know, he almost floating at the top of the water.
He got 2 more bubbles to go.
Right. But that's where that's just how far we've come. But if you ask the average person, they swear life is just worse than ever. And I'm thinking, you don't even understand what human beings went through.
None of them do. The psychology of like a lot of young people. Just think about when the worst thing that can happen to you is that you lose followers on Instagram or Facebook, or they say something bad about you via social media.
Mhm.
That's the worst thing that they ready to risk their life or take their own life
People have taken their lives
because of this, right?
Yeah.
That means
Cyberbullying.
we are way too safe. That's what it means. Because if we had something to worry about, actual like we had racism, when black people had racism, we worried about racism. We tried to band together as a people.
Yeah.
To keep ourselves safe from the outside entities.
Absolutely.
You know, so we that's the downside. You know, when you make everybody safe, then we're gonna find something. You know,
you have
to
start,
self-destruct.
you start having
Yeah.
to create your
Yeah.
own problems, and
Mhm.
or you go seek out things and create your own problems. But that's exactly where we are now. We are a society of problem creators. We're creating our own demise, and it's working pretty good. I mean, we are
Yeah.
we stupider than we ever been. I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Knowledge is gonna be when I can pick up this phone and find everything. The simplest stuff I used to know
Mhm.
is gonna be forgotten.
Think about growing up. You probably used to meet a girl, and you can memorize her number.
Oh yeah.
Because you had to call her.
Hey, I
call her
gotta
tonight.
remember that number.
I got it.
Etched in my mind.
I can still remember my phone number at my home growing up. I still remember my one of my good friends growing up, their phone number. But anybody who number I got in the last 10 years, I have no
Can't
idea. I
remember,
had to go to my phone, like, let me see, you know. But that's where technology has brought us. Our brains don't even we so out of touch with the, I'm geared to start preaching in this thing.
Preach, brother, preach.
But I'm just saying we so out of touch with I'm gonna say reality as far as our connection to the earth, to the planet.
Yeah.
Now you got these people, these woke people who talk about, nature and tree huggers and all of that. But I'm talking about really our true connection to the, we have a innate connection to the planet in my, in my opinion. But we've been bombarded with all these outside influences that we can't even we can't even put that in place anymore. That's that's none it doesn't exist at all.
Yeah, think about when we shut down for COVID, how people was like, you see the dolphins, you see, you could see, clear water. Water was clear. We've polluted this planet to the point where, it's we are gonna the next step is gonna be like human beings just we already falling off from COVID and everything, but it's gonna be just us
Not,
basically almost going extinct.
I was reading okay, so COVID came along, and the United States averaged, I think it's right at 2.1 million deaths a year, something like that. COVID came along, and the number jumped, and it wasn't all COVID numbers. The number of deaths rose in all kind of categories by a substantial amount, just from the psychological fallout of being isolated from one another. So that isolation caused people. I know for a fact appendicitis last couple of years has last
What
couple
the hell?
It's
Psychological.
It's the mental stresses taking a toll on the human body. And it's appendicitis is one of them. It was 3 of them that I read about, but they have all skyrocketed up. Now you're not necessarily going to die from that, but a lot of the cardiovascular stuff, I think diabetes went up. That could be multiple reasons why diabetes. People ain't got nothing else to do but sit in the house and eat garbage.
Eat sugary stuff,
whatever the case may be. But it's crazy that the impact that COVID is having, not just directly but indirectly. But it's all out there. But that's where we are as human beings. This is not the first time a pandemic has happened. But this is the first time it was ever handled this way, where we thought we had the ability to do whatever that we're doing.
Do something better than everybody else.
I can't even say what we're doing. Really,
do something better than everybody else that know whatever.
Right. So,
I just
got off topic.
Yeah, we got way off topic, but hey, and we might have been wrong for that. Men when they're wrong, but hey, it's our shit. So whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I just wanted to address that. That's what it was. It wasn't nothing,
That's cool. It takes that's what men do. Like you said, it takes a man to can admit, okay, yeah, I was off right here, or I didn't. This wasn't my intention.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people, they don't know your intentions. They just see something like the word that I hate. It's overused. They get triggered.
And that's I hate. I didn't hate. I would like for us to get to the point where and I go back to this analogy all the time, right? We used to watch kung fu movies, right? When a person used to fight somebody, okay, I know where you coming from. I know you because whatever. Just like debating, right? If you debate somebody, you know where they're coming from pretty much. Y'all back and forth. or if you don't want to do that debate, ask them about their intentions or the reason why before you get triggered.
Right.
You know,
And why are you getting triggered? Why do you allow an outside force to have such a strong effect on your
we're too safe. You said it already.
yeah,
We're too safe.
but that's my whole point.
Uh.
You shouldn't be that easily moved
Mhm.
by something that really doesn't have any impact on your life whatsoever, other
Mhm.
than the fact that you don't like the fact
Yeah.
who that person is or what that person stood for.
Yeah.
But outside of that, why would you let that have such a dynamic effect in your life?
Mm.
So, but like you said, we're too safe, man. We
Mm.
don't have nothing else to worry about. So why not? Oh man, he said what? I want to use the bathroom with
How
whatever.
dare? Oh yeah. That's enough. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk
yeah,
about
that's what I'm saying.
that. Yeah.
That's
How
where we
dare?
are now. People
Yeah.
are actually contemplating. I want to live my life as this. As a I saw somebody who for lack of a better word turned themselves into an animal, went and got all kind of tattoos. Got
Yeah,
the,
the tiger or whatever wanted to be
yeah,
a tiger, and one wanted to be a snake or a lizard or
snake or
something.
lizard.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But that's where we are,
Mhm.
where people are making a conscious decision. Say, I'm gonna live my life as whatever kind of animal, even
I
though
want to
we
be a
know,
pony. I want to be a pony.
even though we know you're a human being,
Uh-huh.
but that's they don't have any other concerns in their life. They're like, man, I should be something better than a human. Well, I'm a, I don't know what they think of here. I'm just making that
The
up.
furries that want to have sex with being.
I think I'm gonna be a furry.
I want to dress up in a furry outfit and have sexual relations with other animals,
Make love to other
furries.
squirrels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I actually like that though. Talk about how out of order we got. I think that would be a good topic.
Okay, we're gonna have to put
Yeah.
that one together. Yeah, because we are very, very much so.
So, like I said, I might have been wrong. But you have to find out where people are coming from. Don't just assume. We need to get better at that communication, people.
Yeah, but we done went backwards. We went
Yeah.
from talking to people to writing letters again. And
That's true.
and then in these writing letters in context, it's no context in I'm gonna say manuscript, but in wording, unless you talk to the person and see where they're coming from, because people assume stuff all day based on a text. Oh, I know you trying to be funny. What are you talking about? How do you know that? I can just tell by the way you wrote that.
You did in all caps. You trying to be you angry right now. You angry. Look at you.
No, my caps lock is stuck. But, they swear you typing over there mad typing. No, I think capital letters look better like this, But hey, man,
stressing my point. Anyway, anything?
nah, man. That's like I said. You stood up on it and told them you was, well, you fell short and tell them it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm trying to be a better person tomorrow or right now, the next 5 minutes. So,
and that actually was a learning moment because if going forward, I just won't use people pictures. That's what it is. Because
I mean,
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Man.
I mean, just to keep from that, anything happening.
But see, that's the thing.
The safer way.
If you don't use pictures anymore, and you use whatever, somebody's still gonna be like,
yeah,
oh, why he used that white lettering on that black background?
And that's true. And then I'll call that out. I'll be definitely, like,
hey, man,
okay, look, damn it, if you got a problem with white letters and black background, and
but I mean that's just that.
Hey, change the coloring on your screen.
Yeah, when you can reach everybody, somebody gonna have something to say.
Yeah.
But that's good that you that considerate of.
No, I can change certain. It's like I said, the overall message had nothing to do with that picture. So
right,
yeah, it wasn't a biggie. I started to get on my debate thing, but I was busy. And hey, what's up, Ash? Happy New Year. What's going on? Hey, I went on Ash. Ash, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I can't do Clubhouse, man. I can't do it because I be multitasking. Like I got on there and started talking, and I was packing, I was doing stuff and folding clothes or whatever I was doing, and I'm just like, okay. And I listened though, and it was good conversation, but and I'm a different type of person. I know I can't do Clubhouse. At least not yet. My mind be all over the place. But hey, y'all go follow Ashley at Black Girl Interrupted. She's YouTube. She's on Spotify, Apple, any just type in Black Girl.
All of 'em.
Yeah, all of them. And she's on Clubhouse. Black Girl Interrupted. Go follow her. Check her out. I wish I had you pulled up because I just got your post about what you was gonna have going on January. I think one of them was she's gonna talk about Ahmaud Arbery, the ruling and all that stuff, and do what she do. You know how Ashley get down. But anyway, yeah, she's everywhere. Yeah, no, that's not for me. It'd be too many things. I gotta pay attention, like who's talking, because that's what the other thing was. I didn't know who was talking because I'm doing other stuff. So I was trying to address somebody. I got lost. So anyway, that's my mind. But anyway, y'all check Ashley out. But like I said, bro, we'll check it out. You gonna be on tonight? What's your topic? Go ahead and put your topic in real quick. Oh, you going on right now, actually. What's the topic?
Saints taking them L's. That's what it is.
Nah.
Missing the playoffs again.
Nah, that was not doing. That was something they were just the luck of the draw. Somebody didn't beat the other person. Well, not luck of the draw, because
do better.
We should have did better.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
better.
You're right about that. Yeah. And y'all need to be accountable. Admit y'all was wrong with Matt Ryan. And a man admit really wrong. Matt Ryan ain't the one.
He is not the problem.
Matt Ryan. 8:30 your time. So it's okay. So it's 9:30 Eastern. It's 8:30 Central Time. So Falcons never made it to the playoffs.
There they go, just making up rules. Just making up stuff. Content.
But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna check you out tonight, Ashley. But anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm gonna post this, like we're on YouTube now. We're not on Facebook anymore. So
All right.
what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna post it back to Facebook, just to if everybody want to check it out and they could get where they come check us out next week. All right, people.
All right, y'all take it easy, man. Happy New Year, people.
Yeah, happy New Year.
It's been a deadly 2022, baby.
Bob Saget, man.
Bob Saget.
Yeah, Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, man. Dan Reeves.
Yeah, what's the other guy? The guy, I can't. He's an African. I can't call his name, but Mutumin. I don't know. Entume, whatever. Yeah. It's been. Yeah, we had a bunch of people
going down in 2022. Baby.
Okay, so she said I'm speaking about Ahmaud Arbery and celebs who lost in 2022. That's what she's gonna be talking about. It. Upcoming episodes for and the upcoming episodes you have for Black Girl and James Mtume. That's what it is. James Mtume. But anyway, I'm about to get off and get ready to go check Ashley out. So we appreciate y'all coming.
All right, man. All right. Good night.
You have a good one. All right.